percentage of skin show, irrespective of gender, is inherently sexual. I'm sure no one ever told you that before, right? Not in these explicit terms, at least. Well, sexual objectification of women starts with men objectifying themselves. No, really, hear me out. You see, from a very young age, most little boys are not usually brought up in an environment that allows them to develop this inherent sense of their right to bodily privacy. At least not with the sensibility and the overprotectiveness that little girls are brought up with. So growing up, from a very young age, men get molded into this patriarchal concepts of hegemonic masculinity, where a man is socially accepted cool and masculine enough or man enough only if he is always ready for it, emotionally detached, emotionally shut down even, almost irresponsible about intimacy. Anything short of that, and men are mocked at and ridiculed, made fun of by other men, by their own friend circle even. So think of it this way. I can offer to others only what I have for myself, right? So if I am not allowed any right to my bodily autonomy, if I am not allowed the right to say no, if I am not allowed the right to withdraw consent, if I am not allowed to understand what this sense of bodily autonomy can even feel like for me, how on earth am I supposed to understand what violating someone else's bodily autonomy could mean? If I am not allowed the right to say no, how will I ever be able to listen to someone else saying no? Disclaimer, of course, this is not about taking away the responsibility and accountability of unacceptable behavior from men. This is to help men understand that I hear you, I understand where you're coming from, but please know that that's not a set touchstone, and there is always a way of understanding what's going on with you while you're showing up a certain way and changing the narrative. But obvious that this concept that irrespective of gender, so long as no one is being coerced or insulted or abused in any way, no percentage of skin show is inherently sexual, and it is completely a person's personal right, professionally or otherwise, how they show up, what they wear, how they present themselves, and even sensuality for that matter, is not and never a trade-off for one's right to voluntary consent or one's right to their own bodily integrity. No wonder this concept is non-existent, because otherwise prevalent stupid notion that women have something to lose and men have something to gain when it comes to sexual intimacy, that is probably the root cause, one of the root causes of sexual objectification of women in the society, in this world. It's not rocket science to understand the stupidity of this notion. How many more years before we change the narrative?